Kristin Gordon, voiceover. Thank you for joining me this morning for Morning Edition. Coming up later today on All Things Considered. In Lower Manhattan, near the World Trade Center, life for many people and businesses has become a challenge. In Chinatown, the garment industry has been affected. Thousands are working much shorter hours or not working at all, and they're concerned about their livelihoods. A visit to Chinatown later today on All Things Considered with KCCU's Good Wednesday morning. I'm KCCU's Kristin Gordon. Coming up this weekend on The Thistle and Shamrock, host Fiona Ritchie strays away from the ancient tradition of reels, jigs, ballads, and laments with a pulse towards new music. We take a look at contemporary Celtic with such performers as Michael McGoldrick, who has a rich tapestry of sound in which his flute shines but doesn't dominate. His song Watermans blends Celtic melodies with the rhythms and instruments of several other styles. From jazz to Asian to African, it's a smooth, easy mix of percussion, rhythm, and melody. And while it may be difficult to imagine mixing Gaelic music like Scottish bagpipes with techno rhythms, Martin Bennett has done just that. Join us this weekend as we take Celtic music to the edge. That's coming up on the next Thistle and Shamrock, Sunday afternoon at 3 on KCCU. The laws of heaven and earth in conflict with the human heart and the bonds of blood, sins of fathers, duties of sisters, conflict of brothers. These are the elements of the timeless Greek play, Antigone. Antigone swears to do the deed that will shock her country and pit her against the state and eventually lead to a tragic death, a death that will haunt a king forever. Join the Cameron University Theater Department. Has your famous meatloaf stopped getting standing ovations? Are the cheers for that great chicken dish not getting dished out? Has your casserole turned into a castaway to be voted off the dinner table? Maybe it's time to spice up your weekly menu. The Kim Center for the Arts is cooking up classes for the fall. On August 15th, Indonesian cooking. September 26th, outdoor grilling. October 17th, fondue. And November... The Lawton Community Theater presents the Neil Simon comedy, Rumors. A 10th anniversary party is held by the Deputy Mayor of New York City and his wife. But at the moment, he seems to have an unexplained gunshot wound through his ear. The wife and servants are nowhere to be found, and as guests arrive, the evening becomes a funny study of miscommunication and misinformation. Performance dates are with swirling strings, high winds, thundering percussion, hot brass. The conditions are just right for the perfect blend of your favorite melodies. The airwaves are alive with the sound of music. KCCU Radio. Now that's a classic. Have you ever seen a bison or elk prancing through the trees on a cool, crisp morning? Have you ever really seen where the deer and the antelope play? Have you ever watched local waterfowl glide across the water as the sun shines off their beautiful coats? Photographer Mike Mazzo has captured the essence of wildlife and their habitat during his journeys through Florida and Oklahoma. Come view 29 photos of nature's most picturesque moments.
A florist assistant gets greedy. Fame and fortune seduce him into feeding an alien plant. The plant won't stop eating and Seymour's running out of food.
Feed me.
Murray State College invites you to the production of Little Shop of Horrors. This comical musical performance takes...
Fort Washita was built in 1842 and used by the U.S. Army to prepare for the Mexican War. The fort was abandoned by the Union at the outbreak of the Civil War and occupied by Confederates.
Come to the annual Fort Washita Historic Site near Durant and Medill and watch reenactments. How about some fine swine? Whether a boar or a sow, pot-bellied pigs deserve a bow. The Cameron University Art Gallery presents the Fine Swine exhibit. Artist Chuck Wells puts the pig in a perspective only few have seen. This wondrous creature is molded and shaped into an authentic piece of work. Visit this exhibit and see the true life of a pig through September 27th. Hours are Monday through Friday.
The air today is partly breathable with a chance of pollution.
Is your air forecast on the cloudy side today? Clear things up with some simple tips. Try and carpool or avoid using your vehicle. Don't idle your car for long periods of time and refuel after 7 p.m. Abstain from using oil-based paint, solvents, or cleaners. Seal gas caps on all equipment properly and conserve electricity. Help clear the air so we can help you breathe a little easier. Foreign or domestic, new or used, sporty, classy, or family edition. There is no vehicle they can't fix, or at least sympathize with. They're Tom and Ray, better known as Click and Clack. This brother act never stays in neutral when it comes to advice, and they sometimes find out more about their callers than just what's under the hood. Saturday mornings at 9 and Sundays at noon. Park your radio dial on KCCU for Car Talk. A splash of red, a dab of yellow, a swipe of blue. Moods and emotions are brought to the surface of each piece of art. Murray State College presents the works of Allison Atchison. Through lithography, etchings, and serigraphy, Allison brings her printmaking to life. Silk screens, copper and zinc begin the creative process. Layers and layers of color, oil and water, bathing in ink, creating beauty through the power of printmaking. Only a spot or two of blue sky can peek through the thick mass of tree branches and leaves that covers you. You see beautiful flowers growing wild upon the trees as well as on the ground. You hear the constant sound of insects, birds, animals, and on many occasions rain. Murray State College invites you to enter this habitat. The David Taylor Dance Theater will perform its original ballet, Rainforest.
Okay, what show picks your brain about weekly topics in the news?
Let's see. Wait, don't tell me.
What show features host Peter Sagal and judge and scorekeeper Carl Castle?
Wait, don't tell me.
What show features humorous and informative games like Who's Carl This Time, Not My Job, and Listener Limerick Challenge?
Wait, don't tell me.
That's correct.
What's correct?
Listen to Wait, Don't Tell Me Saturday afternoons from 12 to 1 on your KCCU.
The Frederick Oyster Fry Festival is coming up on February 16th. Our guest today is Mr. Gump, who has been telling us the different ways to cook up oysters.
Anyway, like I was saying, oysters, the fruit of the sea. You can have oyster Japanese style, Rockefeller, Kilpatrick.
Okay, that's wonderful, Mr. Gump.
Patties,
Come enjoy
oyster
fresh
shooters,
oysters,
oyster
fried or raw, on
barbecue,
February 16th
oyster
at 5
pie,
at the Prather
fried
Brown Elementary
fish,
Cafeteria. For
stuffed
ticket
grill,
information, call
oysters,
335-2126.
creamed and glass oysters. That's about it.
Sugar plum wishes and fairy tale dreams.
Clara and her doll are swept up into a dream world where there are clashes with an evil mouse king, a passage through an enchanted forest, and a journey to the kingdom of sweets. The Southwest Oklahoma Dance Alliance invites you to the Nutcracker Ballet. This delectable production. How do you like your eggs? How about painted over easy, boiled to artistic perfection, or scrambled with color? There are a dozen reasons why you should check out artist Roger Huebner's exhibit. He knows a good egg when he paints one. Historical eggs, Easter eggs, even eggheads are on display. Get into the Easter spirit and hop on over to the Goddard Center for this egg painting exhibit. When it comes to news, are you tired of waking up to a serving of leftovers? With Morning Edition, you get a fresh perspective on what's happened overnight and how these stories unfold throughout the day. With host Bob Edwards and NPR's team of reporters, analysts, and commentators, you get a full plate of morning news with every side of the issue. Set your radio dial to Morning Edition, weekday mornings from 6 to 9. Kristin Gordon, end of voiceover. Thank you for listening.